Great, you've got a goal. And now you're wondering, what do I have to do next in order to achieve this goal? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about the one thing that we have to stop doing if we want to achieve our goals faster. Let's get right to it. I'm Brandon Eastman with BeBetterIndustries.com, and on this YouTube channel we talk about peak performance, mindset, and achievement. Achievement towards our goals and achievement towards who we want to become. So if you're into those things, be sure to hit the subscribe button here and hit the bell. That way you're notified of all new videos that we release every single Monday. And while you're down there, hit the like button too. That way this video gets shown to more people who want to achieve their goals faster. What's the very first thing that we tend to think about after we set a goal? We think of everything that we have to do in order to achieve that goal, right? Think about if your goal is to lose weight. What do you think about? You think about putting your gym clothes on, or maybe you've got to buy gym clothes. You've got to get in the car and you got to drive to the gym. You've got to lift the weights, but before you can do that, you need a workout routine. You need to know exactly what you need to do. Maybe you need a gym partner so you can keep yourself accountable. Or let's say your goal is to earn more money. You want to start earning 6 figures a year, 7 figures a year, and you start thinking about all of the sales calls that you have to make, all the products that you have to create, all the years of college you're going to need in order to become that lawyer or that doctor that you want to become. When we set a goal, we start thinking about all of the things that we have to do in order to get there. And what tends to happen once we create that giant picture in our mind? We become intimidated. It becomes this larger than life idea to achieve this goal, and then we fall off the wagon. We start to think about the goal that we want to achieve, and then we realize in our mind, wow, I am way in over my head right now. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to do all of these different things. Why even try? And rather than create that picture in our mind that causes us not to take action, let me show you the one thing that will help you when it comes to achieving your goals. This is the Goal Achievement Scale. And from this day forward, I only want you to think about achieving your goals in this one way. This scale is comprised of 2 different pieces, okay? You can see that one takes up most of the scale, and the second one takes up only a little tiny sliver. And this little tiny sliver here, the small blue line, this is how you do anything. So you're probably wondering, okay, so if this 5% of the equation here is how you do something, then what's the other 95%? This is your why. This giant chunk of the scale is why you're trying to achieve your goal, why you're trying to weigh that certain amount, why you're trying to earn more money, why you're trying to find that relationship that you've been thinking about and that you've been going after, why you've been trying to become more spiritual in your life, okay? Only 5% of the equation is how you do anything. Because check it out. We are in the 21st century. You do not need to think about every single step of the way that you'll have to do in order to achieve your goal. Simply think of the next step ahead. Only think one step ahead, because after you achieve that next step, then you can worry about the one in front of it, okay? And if you run into obstacles, if you run into challenges, then you can ask yourself, what do I need to do to overcome this challenge? And the very cool thing about the world we live in today is there are things called cell phones. There are things called Google. You can Google your challenge, you can Google your question, and you can find the answer to overcome that challenge within seconds. Okay, so why would we give more than 5% of our efforts to figuring out how to do something when we can find the answer to how to do anything within seconds? The reality is, practically everything that we want to achieve, somebody in the world has already done. So rather than try to reinvent the wheel, why not just go to that person or go to that book or go to that Google search and ask somebody who's already done what we're trying to do? Only place 5% of your focus on the how, because 95% of the reason you're going to achieve anything that you put your mind to is because of the why. It's because of why do you want it? What does it really mean to you to achieve this goal? When I weighed 250 pounds and I wanted to get down to 180 pounds, I didn't think about the workout routines that I would have needed. I didn't think about the gyms that I would go to 2 months down the line, 5 months down the line. I didn't think about the workout partners I needed to find. All I thought about was the next step. And when I first started, my next step was just to run. It was to go outside and jog a mile. It was to go outside and become uncomfortable. It was to go outside and do something that I hadn't done before to get a result that I hadn't yet achieved. And after I ran for a bit, I asked myself, what else could I do to accelerate this process? What else could I do to get a different result? And I found a mentor. And the reason I found that mentor was because I asked myself the question, what can I do next in order to accelerate my progress? I didn't ask about a mentor on day one of setting the goal, because as you achieve your goals, you're going to come across new realizations. You are going to change. And because you are going to change, you'll have to find different actions to take along the way to get to where it is you want to get to. Because remember, it's not about the end result. The end result is great. It's going to make us feel good for, 2 hours, maybe a week, maybe a month if it's like a giant achievement of yours. But the real beauty is in the journey. The real beauty is in finding those challenges and then overcoming the challenge and feeling like a badass when you did overcome the challenge. The real beauty is in the journey that you take in the process of achieving your goals. So remember, only focus on the next step. Don't start thinking about everything you're going to have to do to get to your goal. Focus on the next step. When you find a challenge, start asking yourself new questions, and those new questions will bring you new answers. But hey, I wanted to make this even easier for you because the first link in the description below, if you click that link, it'll ask you for your name and your email address. And I want to send you a free copy of my ebook, which will give you strategies that can help you get to your goals quicker. And while you're down there, again, hit the subscribe button. That way you see all new videos every single Monday. And be sure to like this video if you got any valuable nuggets out of it. That way other people can benefit from it as well. And until we talk again next time, continue to be better.